With the new season at its peak, you must be wondering what are the heroes you should be playing, whether it be jungle or roam. Well, worry not, as Papa Kazuki is here to list all the meta heroes in each role. Hi guys, Kazuki here, and in this video we will look into the best 5 meta heroes from each role. But before jumping into the list, let's check out some honorable mentions.
Okay.
First up is Zuzin. Zuzin is a nuisance on the battlefield with her second skill capable of almost sending you to Jesus. She boasts excellent crowd control with this skill, and her ultimate not only provides a blink to escape but also grants a shield and enough damage to counter attack while retreating. And with the mana removal on her ultimate, Zuzin can now spam her skills flawlessly. If you want to know what are the changes that came in the latest patch, then you can watch this video out. The link will be in the top right corner. Zuzin has a ban rate of 92%, which shows that everyone agrees on how annoying she can be. But if you ever see her available in the draft, don't hesitate to pick her. Here's a build and emblem that can help you. Our half-elf girl has been in the spotlight for quite a while now. She has the highest win rate in ranks. And not just any rank, but Glory Plus. With win rate less than 20%, Lolita has been bonking around the land of Dawn. Lolita is a nightmare to every hero with projectile skills. She is a popular choice in high rank because of her ability to provide a big SCC, block incoming projectiles, and give shield, especially when paired up with Flask of the Oasis. Our new Marin girl has all the things you want in a roamer. Here's the best build to truly shine in the game. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's our Fanny, and she's here to stay. Fanny is not a hero that everyone can play. She requires a sheer amount of practice and deep understanding of the game. However, if you are skilled with Fanny, you can climb the ladder to glory in no time. And she still shines in the current meta with her extreme mobility and burst potential. With a new legend skin already in the making, you know what that means. Muntun sure is gonna buff her. So I think it's a perfect time to master her and start hunting down those squishy heroes like Usred mosquitoes at night. Here's the build for you to start hunting those mosquitoes. Up next is our 4-legged daddy, and do I have to say why he is here? Hylos is currently a top tier meta hero due to his unmatched ability to control team fights and absorb tons of damage, making him a staple pick in most games. Although Hylos was nerfed, he still got the second highest win rate and third highest ban rate, meaning he is still a go-to pick for those looking for a hero in roam, EXP lane or jungle. His strength lies in the simplicity and effectiveness, which fits perfectly into the current meta focused on durability and crowd control. As the meta shifts towards prolonged team fights and durable frontliners, I think Hylos fits the role perfectly, with his ability to stay in fights longer and provide consistent impact. Here are the suggested builds and emblems. Lastly, on the honorable mentions, we have our little birdie Diggy. How can I forget about the adorable little suicide bomber? Don't fall for his cute looks, as this guy is a nightmare and a natural counter for all the CC out there.
They said you were new!
His first skill lets him place bombs around the map to poke enemies, provide vision, and force them to stay cautious in team fights. What truly makes this guy a nuisance is the CC immunity it gives with his ultimate, making all the heroes kinda useless in the game, and his second is annoying as hell. You can try out these builds for this little guy. With the honorable mentions done, let's check on our first role, the jungle role. Starting with Suyu, this new addition is making quite a statement in the game. He can change from a swift assassin to a robust fighter thanks to his skill sets. If you want to know more about his skills and passive, then you can watch this video. The link will be on the top right corner. Practice his skill sets and classic before directly jumping on the ranked lobby, as his skills mechanic requires muscle memory. Here are the suggested builds and emblems for the Mask of the Immortal. Moving on the list, we have the Shadow Assassin, Hayabusa. Hayabusa remains the dominant force in the meta thanks to his exceptional mobility and burst damage capabilities. Although he got enough in the recent patch, I think it still won't change the fact that the Shadow Ninja can still slay. As a highly skilled assassin, he excels at eliminating key targets and disrupting enemy backlines swiftly with his shadows. I mean, his combos are really simple. All you have to do is land a shadow and have a full stack on the target, and the rest will be done automatically. Although you might have a hard time picking him, as he's always banned in almost all the matches. Whenever you get a chance, don't miss him. Here's a build and emblems to become a deadly ninja. The next hero making his appearance is Ben, the go-to hero when you are confused about what you should pick, questioning why. Bro, he hurts a lot and motherfucker pushes turrets like it's the end of the world. True to his name, Ben is the Ben for so many heroes in the game. Not only that, but we do know how much bouncing damage his skill 1 can do. If you want to jungle, but fast-end heroes are not your type, then Ben is the solid pick for you. Just remember to keep his passive active, and Mr. Ben will do the rest. For the builds, physical items have become more of a choice, so you can try out these builds and emblems. And remember, you can always switch some items according to enemy composition. The next solid jungler, or I should say a solid assassin, is Ling. Ling remains a top tier choice in the meta, known for his extraordinary mobility and lethal burst damage, and boy, he's loved by the ban community. As an agile assassin, Ling excels at swiftly maneuvering around the battlefield and taking down key targets with precision. He can split push, take down the backline, and can escape if things go wrong. So I think his name is not wrong in this list. If you ever get a chance, don't miss him out and try him out with these builds and emblems. Balmond, and the last solid jungler on the list is none other than our cute Balmond-chan. Yes, he's finally back in the meta to bomb those sleepyheads. With the recent and much needed buff he got in the latest patch, Balmond sure is going on a rampage here. His skill 2 has been improved with the damage increase per subsequent hit going up to 8.5% and the maximum damage increase rising to 68%. This means Balmond can not only survive in an extended fights, but this helicopter can consistently dish out damage. Here is the build for your unstoppable Beyblade. With jungler done, let's move to babysitter, gold lane. Starting with our swift kit, Harith. Harith's high mobility, burst damage and versatile skill set makes him a powerful hero in the gold lane. His ability to quickly engage and disengage while dealing significant damage ensures he remains a top choice for players looking to dominate the battlefield and secure crucial victories. Moreover, Harith remains a flex pick in the draft.
What?
Confused what I'm saying? Watch this video to learn the art of drafting. With burst potential, Harith can easily dominate the gold lane, almost like bullying marksmen in their own lane. Here are the suggested builds and emblems. A true gold laner will always agree that the best duet is Claude and Dexter. And with the removal of mana, Claude is excelling in the meta. Now players can focus more on damage emblems and don't have to worry about mana draining. This season is all about pick of meta, and playing hero who has zero mobility is a no-brainer. Claude breaks that notion entirely with his second skill. He got both mobility and damage. What else can you ask from a marksman? Just remember to use his ultimate when in full stake. Here's the build to steal enemies' win streak. Moving forward is our vengeance guy, Moscow. Yup, he's one of the top tier marksmen in the current meta. Known for his incredible attack speed, insane lifesteal, and ability to deal massive damage. With his high mobility and piercing attacks, he dominates the gold lane and becomes a key damage dealer for the team in the late game. With the right build and positioning, he can carry games and melt through opponents with ease. Just try not to miss his ultimate. Here are the builds and emblem for Moscow. Another hero in meta is our tank killer carry. our War Machine carry has secured a solid spot in the current meta, consistently dominating the battlefield. Her ability to deal true damage with her passive makes her versatile enough to be played with full damage build, which fits perfectly in the current scenario. A quick tip: always use your first skill to slow down your target and keep them on edge, while spamming your second skill due to its low cooldown. Maintain your position in a team fight and I'm sure you can wipe out the whole family. Here's the build to unleash the full power of the War Machine. And the last hero in the gold lane is Clint. Clint is a strong meta pick due to his high burst damage and long range pokes. I think he can counter almost every MM in the gold lane. Boy got that huge damage on his first skill and his passive with Sky Piercer is just a chef kiss. All you have to do is maintain a healthy position. I mean, you still can't catch him as his second skill not only gives him mobility but also provides crowd control with a slow, making him hard to chase or escape from. His ability to deal high damage consistently from a safe range makes him a reliable choice, especially in the current meta where burst damage is crucial. Use this build to dominate the lane with our cowboy. Now let's move to mid laners. Let's start with our first queen, Aurora. She has been in meta for quite a while due to her high burst damage and powerful crowd control abilities. Her skill set allows her to deal significant magic damage, especially with her first skill and ultimate, making her a threat to squishy heroes who lack magic defense. Her ability to freeze turrets is just remarkable, allowing turret dives, push, etc. She is a really good team-oriented hero. Use this build to freeze enemies to death. Vexana, the Shimmer of Hope. Vexana, the Shimmer of Hope, has surged back into the meta with her great abilities. I mean, who disagree that this mage isn't quite a pain? If you can get the right combo, you can turn any gank situation on its head. Your opponents are going to have to be very careful now that her skill animations are a lot faster. Here's the best build to make the most of her enhanced skill set. Zusk, the King of Storms, has been on the meta for a while, and he is a real pain to play against. He's got too much damage and is impossible to get rid of. He's a hero who can only be defeated by a coordinated team effort, so take advantage of this. The continuous damage from his spawn is really good. Here is the worthy build for our King of Storms. Let's talk about Sicilian. After the recent patch, his mana consumption has been decreased significantly, and I think it is enough to get him into the meta. His range and late game insurance is something which you shouldn't overlook. Even if your team is losing the early game, there is always a chance that if your team has Sicilian, he can carry. It is one of the best heroes to play as a solo player. Just be mindful of how to use his first skill in the early game. And this is the build for this pretty boy. Paramis, the Soulbinder, is a strong pick of hero. His skill set has a great combination of initiation and retrieval. With his ultimate, your team can take out key enemy heroes with ease. His valuable asset for any team looking to dominate skirmishes and team fights. Also, his passive, which reduces his respawn time, is a cherry on top. Here's the build to take advantage of his great skill sets. Moving to EXP laners. For the EXP laner, let's go with Alice. The Queen of the Abyss finally made her entry into the meta. She also got buff in the last patch, and I think she's really good hero right now. The damage and durability she has in the late game are second to none. And there is also the potential for an upcoming revamp. And overall, she's really good and fun hero right now. Use this build and emblems to suck the life out of your enemies. Kacha, the mighty legend, just rose up in the meta. He is a great tank with exceptional crowd control and initiating abilities. He can take a lot of damage while also disrupting opponent formations. Aside from the fact that he is not really that easy to kill, he can also deal tons of damage because of his passive. He got a recent boost in popularity after the revamp of the item Thunderbolt. It's not only matter of time until he gets his inevitable nerf, so use him as much as you can. Use this build and emblem to punch a hole through your enemies. With the 5th highest win rate of 54.95%, Edith is making her way into the list. With high durability, CC and burst damage from her passive, on second thought, she's quite similar to Gatot, but anyway, she's one of the best EXP laner that you can play right now, especially when assassins are dominating the game. Make sure to know when to use her ultimate. Her ultimate won't deal much damage unless her passive bar is charged. That's a mistake I have seen many newbies do. These are the builds and emblems you can use on Edith. Next, dashing through our list is Arlott. Yup, there's a reason we have been religiously putting Arlott in almost all of our best hero lists. He's the hero with whom you can make some crazy plays. He can endure a decent amount of damage as well as have the potential to one-shot any marksman and mage with an instant. His ultimate is one of the most broken ultimates if you know how to use it. You can make stupid setups with his ultimate. This is the build and emblem which will help you dash through your ranks. Next, we have our big black dragon Yuzong. Yes, guys, one of the strongest early game EXP laner. This is the only hero from our list with whom using his ultimate for one hero seemed like a waste. He is built to do 1v5 and still dominate. From level 1, try to activate your passive and play aggressively. It is very unlikely that you will lose the early trade. So bully your laner as much as possible. When the time is right, you can cut the lane and join your team for the team fights. Use this build and emblems if you don't know what to build. And last but definitely not least, our Chad's roamers. Let's start with our big muscular boy who never hides in the bush, Tigreal. If you're lucky enough to not find him banned, then this hero is a no-brainer. He has so much sustain and CC that even if you're losing, one set from him can change the battle. He's a tank who can annoy the hell out of your enemies, even from the early game. You just need a little practice to land his flicker ultimate combo perfectly, but aside from that, you can abuse him in rank from the get-go. I always say that having a good tank player in your team is a blessing. Use this build and emblem to establish fear among your enemies. Next up, we have our cute, lazy, yet annoying Chip. He's the latest addition as a roamer in the game, but he is highly underrated, especially in lower elos. You do need a cooperative team to utilize him, but man, oh man, once you have a good Chip user, you can control the map very easily. You essentially get a tank that can rotate from one lane to another in a matter of seconds. Not only that, but he can bring the entire team to help you. There are countless potential plays and strategies you can make regarding him. This is the build and emblems if you don't know what to build with him. Yeah, apparently Chow Tank is still a thing. How dare Moontu think that you can stop players from using him as a tank by revamping his passive? Joke aside, Chow is still a very good pick as a roamer. You can sustain, gives a strong CC in the form of his kick, and rotate fast. You can counter many heroes such as Fanny and Hellcut. Give it some time to learn and you can do wonders even as a roam. And use his kick-ass build for your easy rank ups. Matilda is back in the meta and seems like she's also here to stay. The increased range of her first skill and the reduction of her mana consumption is something not to underestimate. She's one of the few heroes who has been considered OP for quite a long time. Before her nerf, of course. The best thing about Matilda is that you can start poking enemies from level 1 with her first skill. And trust me, she deals a lot of damage right from the start. If anyone from the team is stuck in a sticky situation, then the extra dash from her second skill can save you. And don't forget to use this build and emblem to fly to your victory. And at last we have Baleric, the ultimate nightmare for all the basic attack heroes. He is one of the best tanks right now. He has tons of CC, he is very durable and the damage he gives is actually insane. Pair yourself with Vengeance and Blade Armor and you can kill most of the marksmen without lifting a finger. The good thing about him is he absorbs damage like a sponge. So your team can ensure that he is taking all heavy hits. And use this build and emblem and you will reach high ranks in no time. So guys, what do you think about the list? Did I miss anyone? Do you have some other recommendations? Comment down all your answers below. So that will be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Keep supporting Kazuki Official.